I did expect more from him. 4'9" was very, very disappointing. The bench press second worst was very, very disappointing. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure, but I think a punter outlifted them, for crying out loud. I mean, and then here's the deal also. He was a bit sensitive when Josina Anderson spoke to him. No, my man, you do not get to make news the way that you made news and then get all sensitive when you perform in a subpar fashion. The attention, if you had made the announcement after the NFL scouting combine or after the draft, it would have been different. You elected to come out front and center and let the world know that you were gay. Nobody asked you. Now, maybe you thought it was going to come out or whatever the case may be. So I'm not knocking him by any stretch of the imagination. But I remember, because I was watching this, Skip. I was watching them run. I was watching them perform in the NFL Scout Combine. I was watching this stuff, and I watched Josina Anderson, who did a fabulous job right there in Indianapolis. Those players were coming out. Jadeveon Clowney stood there and answered some questions. You know, he didn't mind. You know, there were a bunch of other guys that came out there. Johnny Manziel, same thing. He didn't mind. You know, I mean, he didn't mind. There was a whole bunch of guys out there. And then Michael Sam came up there, and, you know, he had a little attitude, you know, like somebody did him wrong. No, you ran a 4'9". You bench press, you with the 17 reps is the second worst amongst defensive linemen. You want to bring that kind of tension to yourself, you got to man up and own that. And right. he wasn't willing to do that. If you go back and watch the interview with Josina Anderson,
yeah, I saw it.
You know, he was ready to get on out of there. No. You invited everybody up in your face. Now stand there and take it.
Right.
That's what anybody else would do, right? Anybody else would do that.
I agree with your point about oversensitivity.
Yes.
And I hate to disagree with Mel Kiper Jr., who is the draft master. But to me, 6th round's a little low, just off combine results.
I agree with that.
I'm going to tell you what so many coaches and personnel directors I've trusted over the years have continued to tell me. Watch the tape. Results on the field count. Results at the combine, a little overrated. Remember Mike Mamula from your Philly days at the combine?
Yeah.
Just he won the combine. He dominated
won the combine. They picked him instead of Warren Sapp.
You kidding?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Mike Mamula. Okay. That's a classic case of overrating combine results because he was a workout warrior. In this case, if you watch the tape on Michael Sam, what you will see are results. They might not look like spectacular results because he's not the strongest or the fastest or the quickest or the most explosive. And he did play I can bring this up. He played across from a kid who probably will be drafted at the bottom of the 1st round, maybe 2nd round, Coney Ealy, who's more of the prototypical NFL defensive end, draft ready. In this case, co-SEC Defensive Player of the Year. That counts to me. In that league, with those kind of production results, I'm going to take it to the 3rd round bank. That's where I'm going to take it. If I were drafting and he were there in the 3rd round, even as a situational, not every down pass rusher, I'm saying, again, if you want to factor in the announcement that he made, if that's going to disturb you, how will that disturb your locker room? Again, I'm just going on productivity. I'm going 3rd round.
Productivity, totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, far be it for me to question Mel Kiper. I am not doing that. Please don't get me wrong. He's Mel Kiper Jr. But I will say this. I can't imagine a guy that was that formidable in SEC competition going lower than the 3rd round. I think that's a bit insulting to him. Watch the tape. You got to look at what he's done. Give him respect for that. The only thing that I would say to you is this, Skip. If you're on the football field and nerves get to you or whatever the case may be, I understand if you're not on your A game. What we're talking about is you running and jumping while a clock is running. You know, just showing your speed, showing your vertical leaping ability, you know,
shorts and T-shirts.
And bench press in shorts and T-shirts. If you can't show up in that, I don't want to hear, well, it was, you know, media attention and no. You just can't run. You just can't run that fast. That's all. That's all. That's all it is too. I don't want to hear that. We ain't asking you. I mean, what? I understand it's pressure, But my Lord, all of us, if anything, pressure make you run faster. It don't make you run slower. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know, I can run, Skip. I'm trying to tell you right now. I can't run with Skip Bayless on the treadmill. Let a tiger or a pit bull or something run after me. How much you want to make a bet? You're going to see how much speed I have. You understand what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. A little bit different. So when you got the speed, when you got the watching and clocking you, I don't want to hear that stuff about media. What media attention got to do with you running the 40? Run, Forrest, run.
Here's a better question.
You know?
What does the 40-yard dash have to do with how a defensive end can play football?
Well, what I'm trying to say
Seriously.
to you, I will say this. In a sense, it does, because, again, if you're rushing the passer, that's different. But if a running back gets outside, can you chase him down? If you got a scrambler like Johnny Manziel, can you chase him down? Those kind of things. So it does matter a little bit.
Chasing, something's wrong, right?
Right.
So you already lost at the line of scrimmage.
But if you're on the end and he cuts through the middle, you know what I'm saying? It happens. But I don't want to hear all that. I mean, run, Forrest, run.
Listen.
Run.
Bring that dog out here so we can see Stephen A. run.
No, you're going to see some quickness. I guarantee you that.